Did your dog forgive you when you punished it, or did it simply forget? Most people confuse these two things. Dogs forgive quickly, they say, but science approaches this from a completely different angle. Dogs don't store events the way humans do with narrative memory. They operate on emotional memory, a memory system that links events to the feelings experienced during them. And this system leaves very powerful impressions, especially when trust is shaken or routine is disrupted. So your dog cuddling up to you in that moment doesn't mean everything is past. The emotional imprint it left is still there. Today we're talking about 9 behaviors backed by scientific research that dogs genuinely don't forgive or don't forget for a long time. 1. Hitting and physical punishment. This is the heaviest item on the list. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition revealed that dogs can recall emotional experiences even long after the fact. This shows that when a dog is hit, especially if intense fear or pain accompanied it, it stores that in memory permanently. The mechanism works like this. Dogs learn primarily through association. If a dog is hit in a specific context, during training or while interacting with its owner, it begins to associate that context with fear and anxiety. This form of learning leads the dog to avoid that situation or person. A study conducted by Harvard University scientists with approximately 4,500 dogs, published in Scientific Reports, found that negative experiences in the first 6 months were strongly associated with high levels of aggression and fearfulness in adult dogs. Your dog giving you that guilty look doesn't mean it has forgiven you. That look is an expression of fear. 2. Being abandoned by their owners. Leaving your dog at a shelter, giving it to another home, or being absent for a long time. Dogs never forget this. Dogs can quickly forget minor details, but they hold on to their emotional memories for a long time. A dog's memory is a summary of the moments that evoked strong emotions. Unfortunately, trauma and fear are remembered just as powerfully as love and excitement. There is no expiration date on emotional memory for dogs. However, the intensity of these memories can soften over time and with new experiences. A dog coming from a chaotic past may arrive at its new home timid, but consistent routines and gentle attention slowly teach it that the present is different from the past. A dog warming up to its new owner is not forgiveness. It is building new trust. These are very different things. 3. Fear from shouting and loud noises. Shouting doesn't train, it frightens, and that fear leaves a mark. A harsh tone of voice or a frightening situation can leave a lasting effect on a dog and shape its future reactions. Punishment-based methods cause long-term negative outcomes for precisely this reason. Fear sends stress hormones to the brain, strengthening memory encoding. Dexter's experience during his first storm leaves a far stronger impression than his 100th meal, because fear acts like an amplifier for memory. This explains why traumatic experiences are far more lasting than routine commands. So that moment you raised your voice may have meant nothing to you. For your dog, it is a permanent mark etched into its brain. 4. Tricking them into going to the vet. You say, "Let's go for a walk," but once in the car you end up at the vet. A deviation from routine, a violation of expectations. It creates emotional turmoil for the dog, and that emotional response forms the memory. Pretending to go for a walk and then going to the vet creates a sense of betrayal in the dog, even if the human believes they meant well. Turning its head when it gets in the car, slowing down when it hears certain words, not wanting to follow routines, all of these are signs of memory association. A dog that doesn't want to go when you say, "We're going for a walk," may be remembering the last surprise vet visit. Trust is built on consistency. Deception cracks that foundation. 5. A dog that has been mistreated, external trauma. Your dog's past, whether it came from a shelter or another home, still makes its influence felt, even if it has nothing to do with anything you've done. An example might be this. A dog that has been verbally or physically abused by a man may develop distrust toward all men, or a dog that experienced fear of a particular sound may try to avoid all environments associated with that sound. Studies on dog cognition conducted by the University of Budapest and the Comparative Psychology Group at Lincoln revealed the presence of episodic-like memory in dogs. Dogs remember not just what happened, but the emotion attached to it. The past cannot be erased, but thousands of safe moments can be written over it. 6. Leaving them alone and then punishing them. The dog left alone for hours scratches the furniture to release stress. You come home and start yelling. Does the dog know what it did? No. Dogs don't remember events in a narrative way. They don't store what happened as a story. They only feel how they experienced you. When trust or routine is interrupted, they remember the emotional experience. That guilty look isn't because it knows what it did. It's because it's afraid of your reaction. And that fear gets encoded in memory. The next time it's left alone becomes even more stressful because the association, when the owner comes home, different things happen, has already been formed. 7. Social isolation and exclusion. Ignoring your dog as punishment, locking it in a room, or keeping it away from other people is absolutely wrong. If a dog is not positively exposed to different people, places, and things before the critical socialization period that ends at 14 weeks, the consequences can be devastating. Research has documented that dogs deprived of adequate socialization are more likely to develop behavioral problems such as fearfulness and aggression. In adult dogs, social exclusion leaves a different kind of mark. Trauma can lead to changes in brain structure and function in dogs, causing long-term behavioral difficulties. What constitutes a traumatic event varies from dog to dog, and these memories can contribute to ongoing fear and anxiety. 8. Lying to your dog, disrupting routine. This point may sound abstract, but for the dog, it is entirely concrete. The foundation of a strong dog-human relationship rests on trust. The trust dogs build is based on consistency, routine, and clear signals. Expected behavior is what allows dogs to feel safe. You used to go for a walk every day at 7 o'clock, then you stopped. You used to sit together on the couch every evening, and then suddenly you banned the dog from it. Meal times changed. These changes are each a breach of trust for the dog. Trust isn't destroyed by a single negative event, but repeated violations of expectations can accumulate and turn into a deep sense of insecurity. 9. Bad experiences in the first 6 months. This last point is perhaps among the heaviest lasting impressions. According to findings by Harvard scientists, traumatic experiences in a dog's first 6 months have the greatest impact on fear and aggression behaviors in adulthood. This finding aligns with what is seen in humans and other animals. Regardless of when trauma occurs, fear, anxiety, memory, and negative associations in dogs can last for months or even years without appropriate treatment. And this needs to be understood. Simply rescuing the situation does not erase these memories. It only presents new data. Every consistent feeding, every calm voice, every predictable day, new evidence competing with old data. The brain can be rewritten, but it requires safety to be proven thousands of times over. So what will you do now? If your dog experienced something in the past, from you or from someone else, know this. It doesn't carry that experience as a story. It carries it as a feeling, and feelings can change. Rebuilding trust is always possible. Patience, predictability, and empathy weaken negative associations and strengthen positive ones. Understanding your dog's memory process enables the owner to treat it gently and form the most important bond for the dog. Don't wait for your dog to forgive you. Just keep being safe for it. Be consistent. Be gentle. Slowly, day by day, a new memory will be written. And in that new memory, you are someone safe. See you in the next video. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Write in the comments, which of these points made you think the most?